Hi, where's McDonald's answer?
No.
How can I help you?
Can I please get a McDouble, a medium fry, and a large sweet tea?
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
First window.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's 866. Thank you, you too. I don't have the viewfinder up, so I have no idea if or what you're looking at right now. I'm so sorry. The guy in front of me is kind of far from the window, so I was definitely expecting him to just drop his food right there.
Here's your large sweet tea.
Thank you.
Your food coming out in a minute.
Thank you.
Here's your McDouble, medium fry. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too. Thumbnail. Okay. What's up, you guys? It's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel. Honestly, thank you for coming back at this point. I know I'm very inconsistent, but hopefully that's gonna change very soon. So in today's video, I had asked on an Instagram story to send questions about like where I've been, all types of questions. I'm gonna turn my car off. Anything you wanted to ask me, basically a where I've been Q&A type situation. Let's fix this. And I haven't really eaten today. It is currently 6:02 and I've barely eaten, so I got some McDonald's to kind of eat while we answer questions. I was so hungry, I basically ate like all my fries on the way here. Oops, but we're gonna snack on this and I'm gonna answer the few questions that I got that you guys have asked me. So the next question is, what's the biggest struggle you're facing right now? So to be completely honest with you guys, I would definitely want to be transparent here and kind of share like anything and everything type of situation. Biggest struggle that I've been facing recently and for the past, I guess, year, because our son is now 1, mental health postpartum is so hard. It's so hard. One day you can be feeling completely like great, everything's great, everything you think is going good, you feel great, all this stuff. The next day you can completely plummet. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it could be such like this, and next thing you know, you're like, boom, hit rock bottom. Like, you feel the lowest of lows you've probably ever felt. It is so hard to manage. Like, I don't know how to completely manage it. I've had days where it's amazing. I've had days where I'm crying and 2 seconds later it's fine, like you just needed to get that cry out. But other times where it's just, you feel awful. I don't know, you feel like all these different emotions you didn't know you can feel, and it all creeps on you almost like at once. I don't know, it's definitely the most difficult thing I've been facing. I didn't realize it could hit so hard. I feel like after I gave birth, it was kind of rocky. You're kind of like first time mom, you're starting to learn everything, you're trying to figure everything out. But like I said, we're a year later, even more. He was born in March, and March was a year, and we're now in May, almost June. 15, 16 months later, and like, I'm still hitting days where I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. Like, I'm not doing okay, everything's going wrong, blah, blah, blah. And the next day, I could be amazing. Today, I felt amazing. I've done 2 videos to try to come back to YouTube. I've done a lot of work, YouTube work. I've done a lot of cleaning up, not like the complete apartment. I've cleaned up little spaces. It makes you feel so good. I've been doing laundry, just little things here and there that makes such a difference. And I have to keep reminding myself that little things like that do make a difference, because it definitely helps a lot in like mentality wise. But yeah, I would say postpartum, I mean mental health in general, but postpartum mental health, I feel, is a whole different story. So the next one I have is kind of 2 questions in one. One was tips on when you know you're ready for kids. Honestly, I don't know if I can answer this, because I wouldn't say we were trying for a kid, but we weren't, I don't know, not trying. Like, I wouldn't say when we got pregnant that was what we wanted in that time, if that makes sense. I don't want to make it seem really bad, like, love JJ with my whole heart, but I don't know, I can't say when exactly I would have wanted to have a kid. And same with Julian. I feel like some people just like, it's kind of like you just know, then you start planning for a child. and all that stuff. I can't really have a direct answer to this because I honestly don't know. And now that I have my first kid, we've become parents for a year now. I don't know if like the timing would have been, like I said, when I would have wanted to have a kid, but I'm not upset with the fact that it happened, if that makes sense. The next question in this was things you wish you knew before having JJ. I would say some like baby products, if that makes sense. I feel like I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people who have just had kids after Julian and I did, and what they're using, and I'm like, oh, that would have been amazing, or oh, that looks so cool. Like some things I didn't have, or some things I have, but like what they had was like better quality, like better product, if that makes sense. Obviously, like first time parent, you don't really know everything to begin with, but it's kind of like a learning process. So I don't know if I would have wanted to like know directly everything, if that makes sense. But I feel like people also parent completely different to how other people parent. So if people were telling me, oh, you need to do this, or you should do this, or you should have done this, not saying I wouldn't have listened. I would have taken it into consideration, if that makes sense. But I'm obviously gonna parent with the way Julian and I agree on things, if that makes sense. So we're kind of in a, I don't want to necessarily say go with the flow type thing. We see how he reacts to stuff. We kind of talk about things to see if we agree, disagree, can find like a middle, like not a middle ground, but like can agree on something. That way it's not like a, oh, you're doing this, I don't agree with it. I'm doing this, you don't agree with it, and it becomes a problem within the parents, if that makes sense. Not with the parents, but with the parenting. Like we have to be on the same page to know how we want to parent him and how we want him to kind of grow up. I don't know if any of this is making sense. Some things are just so hard to explain, but I want to try to explain it the best I can. I don't know if I'm doing a good job. The next question is, what's your zodiac sign? I am a Virgo, September Virgo. My birthday is September 3rd. The next question is, do you plan on having more kids after JJ? I would definitely say yes. I definitely want JJ to have a sibling. I don't know when that'll be, if that makes sense. I don't want a big age gap between kids if and when we end up having more kids. I think Julian and I have kind of agreed on that. Julian's an only child, but I have 2 brothers. Me and the oldest brother, I guess you would say, are 3 years apart, and me and the youngest are 5 years apart, which I think is a perfect age. I don't know if I want like the next child to be the 5 years. I would want a closer age gap. I don't know, we'll see. This next question is, how have you been? I kind of answered this in the second question I did with the biggest struggle. Mentally, I've had very high highs and very low lows and kind of some in-betweens. But like I said, postpartum, I feel like is one thing that people don't talk about, and it gets very rocky. It gets very hard. You're loving life, you're hating life, honestly. Lately, it's been very ups and downs. I just explained it that a couple days ago. Definitely pretty low. Today has been great. What tomorrow will bring, I have no idea. You just kind of have to go along with each day and kind of see how it goes. You could kind of base how your day's gonna go kind of by what you're doing, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's so hard to describe, but I would say lately I've been kind of all over the place. It's been a mess, it's been a roller coaster, but I mean, today I'm doing great, so we just kind of have to go day by day. Yeah. The next one is, if you could do one thing work-wise, any occupation / career, what would it be? Honestly, by the time I post this, you might have already seen it. We just had a podcast episode where we had a guest, and I think we have the question of the week at the end of every episode, and I think that episode we kind of talked about like dream job or what you would want to do. And honestly, I don't know. Like, I can't pinpoint what I want to do with my life. I feel like I like a lot of things that a lot of people don't like office jobs. Not that I've had an office job, but I feel like it's the space mentality, I guess. When I have my own little space, if I'm by myself, like I could work perfectly fine, but if I'm surrounded by like all these people and it's like a shared space is where I'll get all messed up because I'll get distracted. Like I get distracted so easily. I've been staring at like every person walking by, every bird flying. There's like there's water right in front of me, so that's what I've been staring at. But I have to be like completely focused or I can't really get a job done like 100%. It'll take me forever because I'll start doing something, get distracted, oh, I gotta finish. I'll get distracted, or oh, I'm hungry. I don't know. But I was into like fashion a lot growing up, which is why I love doing merch on our Alyssa and Julian channel. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I love doing that type of stuff. I like organizing, I like planning. So moral of this rant was, I don't know what I'd directly put myself into. I could tell you what I'm doing now. I don't like. I want to try to do this in the podcast and be home with JJ like as a full-time thing, but I definitely need to be more stable to do that, like financially stable to be able to do that. But that is dream job, something work from home so I can be with my son more than I am now. That's definitely priority around with Julian, working with him with reactions and videos in general, planning stuff for YouTube. That would be so clutch, because then I don't have to work actual 9 to 5, come home and try to do things so late or last minute. Being home and doing all that stuff with him would be ideal, but I don't know. So this next one, he thinks he's funny. Why don't you like uploading? It's not that I don't like uploading, it's that I never actually just picked up a camera and recorded a video. Why? I don't know. Someone needs to hold me accountable so that I can keep doing this. I need to keep doing this. I've actually been doing really well today. Like I said, I've done 2 videos. One is still in the process. I'm doing this one. I don't know, I have to plan stuff, but like I said, I like planning. So trying to plan it's the easy part. It's the actual like follow through that's mostly my problem. So I've mentioned before that I think I'm gonna have Julian keep me like accountable and make sure I do at least like 1 video, at least 1 a month right now. That would literally be goals. That's a lot for me, since the last time I picked up a camera and actually made a video was like 6 months ago, because it's almost June and the last video I think I have is JJ's Christmas. So but I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna try to get better. I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent. I promise I'm gonna try, but that's really the only promise I can put out there right now. So if you didn't know, I don't know which video is gonna come first, this one or the vlog, but in the vlog, I explained that I didn't drop my camera. It fell off a makeshift tripod I was trying to use, and I thought I broke it, but it's been working perfectly fine. Now when I want to end this video, it doesn't want to turn back on. It turns off when it's not fully being used. If it sits for a little bit, it turns off, and then you have to like turn it off and turn it back on. Yeah, I turned it off and it's not turning back on, so. But anyways, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I'll be back with more videos very soon. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, the Alyssa and Julian account on Instagram. That's actually where I posted to get these questions from. So if you want to be involved in these videos, make sure to follow those. Everything will be in the description down below. But hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave,